Nobody thinks what life is until one day someone asks, like a light shining begin to illuminate your view. Only the wise carry that light, lighten it up understanding. We suddenly realize how long we live in the darkness. Gifts of Dhamma surpasses all gifts. The Dhamma is taste, all other takes space. The light in the Dhamma is already light. Destruction of craving conquers all ill. For mental development, nothing but understanding, with truthfulness and patience, the real values will come. Don't be in a hurry to become someone. Don't be in a hurry to expect results. Consider the wise they say, learning and consider the teachings. Thanks to the wise we begin to know the Buddha. Thanks to the wise we begin to understand the Dhamma. Thanks to the wise we begin to respect the noble ones. One day the truth will be revealed. We will get out of this sea of ignorance. Gifts of Dhamma surpasses all gifts. The Dhamma is taste, all other takes peace. Delight in the Dhamma is already light. Destruction of craving conquers all ill. Thanks to the wise we begin to know the Buddha. Thanks to the wise we begin to understand the Dhamma. Thanks to the wise we begin to respect the noble ones. One day the truth will be revealed. We will get out of this sea of ignorance. Gifts of Dhamma surpasses all gifts. The Dhamma is taste, all other takes peace. Delight in the Dhamma has already light. Destruction of craving conquers all ill.
Pháp thí thắng mọi thí, pháp vị thắng mọi vị, pháp hỷ thắng mọi hỷ, ái diệt dứt mọi khổ. Kinh Pháp Cú số 354.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday. Con xin đảnh lễ và mong Ngài được khỏe mạnh và an lạc, giúp cho chúng con thoát khỏi mê lầm dướng mắt để trở về với cái thực tại.
Mong rằng Achan khỏe mạnh, dài lâu, để như một cái ngọn đuốc thắp sáng, soi đường cho các cái người Phật tử ở trên thế giới nói chung, cũng như là ở Việt Nam nói riêng, hiểu hơn về những gì Đức Phật đã dạy. Chúng con rất là tri ân bao nhiêu lâu nay Achan đã bỏ thời gian, sức lực để chia sẻ giáo pháp cho tất cả Phật tử chúng con.
I really appreciate what you do for us a long time ago to understand the reality at this moment. For me, it's very precious. Best wish to you. I hope I will hear from you more and more. Understand the reality.
Chúc mừng Achan có nhiều mạnh khỏe và luôn có những cái cuộc pháp đàm mới trong tương lai để tụi con được học hỏi thêm. Cảm ơn nhiều Achan.
Từ khi được học, được nghe lời dạy của bà mà cuộc đời con cảm thấy là vô cùng có ý nghĩa, bởi vì nhờ có bà mà chúng con biết được rằng là cuộc sống này là những khoảnh khắc tiếp nối nhau, không phải là một con người nào cả. Cái thấy thì nó phải có duyên của cái thấy, và cái nghe thì phải có duyên của cái nghe, và đó là không phải là tôi.
Từ trong đáy lòng em gửi lời tri ân đến Achan về những lời dạy của bà. Con luôn ngưỡng mộ Achan, nhờ có Achan đã đưa đường chỉ lối cho con và cả mọi người đã có một sự tín tâm rất tuyệt vời. Con không biết nói gì hơn, con chỉ biết kính chúc bà hạnh phúc và an lành, có nhiều sức khỏe để truyền tải giáo pháp đến cho mọi người.
Words is not enough to explain all our gratitude to all Achan have done to our group, Vietnam-Dhamma Home.
We are a small group of friends living in Australia. We've been learning the Dhamma together in the past few years. We would like to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to you, to your teaching, to your wisdom, your patience, your truthfulness to the truth, and especially your bravery in telling the truth, to share the Dharma with all of us and the whole world. We would like to wish you a happy birthday and also good health to continue to guide us through this life. Thank you, Tana-chan, once again.
I have been listening to Achan since I was very young. What I have begun to understand, even though it is really little, has helped me understand more about the reality. These things will guide my understanding and thinking in my life. Thanks to Achan, I now understand more about the Buddha, and I am truly grateful for it. On behalf of my mom, my dad, and I thank you, Achan, very much for guiding us.
Thank you very much, Achan, for all of your teaching. It helped me a lot, and I hope that will be the gift for the next life. Thank you, Achan. Thank you for all the good deeds.
Happy birthday, Achan. Thanks for bringing me home.
We would like to express our deepest gratitude to Achan, who has illuminated our path and taught us those things that we have never heard before. On the occasion of your birthday, we wish you abundant health to continue share the words of truth to everyone.
Happy birthday to Achan. Wish you all the best.
I just want to say, Intl.Dhamma, thank you for your presence in this life. Achan Sukin.
Con xin tri ân đến những gì Achan đã khai sáng và dẫn dắt chúng con. Và con xin tri ân đến tất cả những gì sự hy sinh của Achan.
Và với tất cả tâm từ của bà chỉ dạy chúng con vô cùng biết ơn bà. Con vô cùng kính yêu bà.
Lời tri ân rất là sâu sắc từ đáy tâm con đến những lời chỉ dạy của bà. Và con xin được tri ân rất nhiều.
Đức Phật đã giác ngộ về sự thật. Achan đã hiểu và dẫn dắt chúng con trên con đường ấy. Mong những kiếp tương lai, chúng con sẽ mãi mãi được gặp Achan để được Achan dìu dắt trên con đường mà Achan đã đi. Tri ân Achan.
Happy 99th birthday, Achan Suchin, with our deepest gratitude.
ยังไงเนี่ย
Hello, hi.
Hello, testing. Tầm nghiệm ơi, em ép chị thành phiên dịch lại đi nhá. Vừa nãy. So that can be sorting out the technical. Hi, John and Sarah.
Hi, Tam. I was
Hi,
just going to
Tam.
ask, hi, how was your trip, Tam? Did you have a good trip to Phuket?
Oh yes, it was great. We about 16 students. We went to Phuket and we attended the day of Achan's birthday celebration. And there were 3 Dhamma discussions, and we got the help from Kun Chiu, who translated the discussion from Thai to English, and we posted that into Vietnamese to all Vietnamese
Recording in
friends
progress.
now. And then after Achan left on the 14th, we stayed on and we had time. So it was great. Yeah, everyone was very happy.
Good, and
Very happy.
quite a big group who went, so that was very nice. Good.
Yes.
Can you get a direct flight from Vietnam to Phuket, or you have to change in Bangkok?
In Saigon, we have the direct flight.
Okay, that's convenient.
Yes, but from Hanoi, they had to transit in Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah, so very happy.
Good.
Achan was doing well, and the discussions were very good.
She's certainly sounding very well since coming back in the discussions yesterday and this morning. So glad to see everyone back and to hear about all the good deeds and the successful trips for everyone.
Yes, and so today we have our monthly gathering in Saigon, and I think our friends are ready.
I can see they're ready.
Yeah, let's see if Achan's here. Achan, are you there?
Yes, สวัสดีค่ะ everyone.
สวัสดีค่ะท่านอาจารย์ Okay, shall we start? Dạ con xin chào cả nhà. Con biết là ở đầu cầu Sài Gòn các đạo hữu đã sẵn sàng vậy. Con xin mời chị Bích Hồng bắt đầu ạ.
Kính thưa cô Sarah, ông Jonathan và toàn thể gia đình giáo pháp ngôi nhà của chúng ta. Lâu lắm rồi con mới được có một câu hỏi. Xin con được hỏi là trong cái sinh hoạt hàng ngày của con đó, lúc con dùng bữa thì thức ăn của con dùng là các cái loại mix vào hỗn hợp. Cả hơn một năm nay ngày nào cũng đều đặn như vậy, thì những người trong bên cạnh con thì ai cũng lắc đầu và chê, nhưng với con thì con thấy rất là thoải mái khi sử dụng nó. Thì con không biết là cái đó là do sự dính mắc hay là, và muốn biết là thực tại tâm lúc đó là cái gì. Xin cô Sarah và chú Jonathan giải thích giùm con. Dạ.
Yes, so I have a question from our friend, the opera singer Big Hong, who actually sang the song for Achan's birthday. So she said that first of all, that it's the first time since a long time that she has ever had a question. So in her everyday life, she has been used to having just one kind of food, and this food is seems for others to be something not so tasty.
but for her, she feels very comfortable eating. Doesn't know whether it's
We're losing you, Tom. It's breaking. The sound is breaking up. We're missing the
reality there that she enjoys about. Okay, can you hear me now?
Now
Can you
I
hear
can
me now?
hear you. We heard the beginning, but we missed the middle part. I can hear you now clearly. Yes.
Okay, I will repeat it. So the opera singer said that she is the food that others think that very bad, but for her it's okay, no problem at all. So she wonders whether it is attachment or something else, and what kind of realities are there.
First of all, I'd like to appreciate her singing and the gift to
Thank
Ajahn
you.
from you all. So Anumodana for that, and very special. And for the question, well, I think that we all have different tastes and preferences. What I like, maybe the Vietnamese don't like, and so on. So different accumulated attachments, different accumulated interests in different kinds of food, like the spicy food the Thais like to eat. I cannot eat. And maybe the food I eat with no sugar is not interesting for them. So different habits, different accumulations, different attachments for sure. And also what may be suitable for one person. One person may need to eat more hot food, and someone else, it may be more suitable to have more cold food. Like some people like more air conditioning and some like more heat. So many different conditions, but attachment is there for sure when one would particularly like one kind of food, I think. Perhaps Jonathan or Jan have some comments too.
Well, in brief, if you like it, it's attachment. If you want to eat it repeatedly, it's attachment. Why else would it be chosen? So different habits for different individuals. Thanks.
It's good to be reminded of the monk who goes on Bindabat, who accepts whatever his food is given in the bowl without any selection or question. And the one that's easy to please can eat a little bit of anything that is put on the plate. So I think it's helpful for me to remember these examples.
Và vừa nãy thì vừa nãy thì chị
50 tiếng khi tâm
Huê
cắt quá.
có cái xin mời chị Huê rất hẳn. Chắc là do y chào chị Hải, bởi vì cứ bây giờ
Jan, would you like him to add any comments to the question of Phong?
Yeah. What's the question about again, please?
Give a quick summary. The question from for her, it's tasty, but for others, it's not tasty at all. And her question is this because of attachment or because of some other reality that she likes to eat the same food again and again, which others don't like?
What about moment of liking is a reality? Just one moment of liking something on and on and on, it becomes habit. The way it is, very, very familiar with such taste, not other taste. But what is the point? To have less or to have more or to understand the truth? No matter what is that is a reality. There are many degrees of attachment and many degrees of aversion. See, by conditions. If you have it very often, you like it so much, can anyone change it to be less or more? All by conditions. The truth is that actually what is there is Dhamma, a reality. No matter what is it, it's not anyone. All by conditions arising and falling away right now. So the accumulation of understanding is more difficult because it has to be now. What is there has to be known, hearing more, considering more, and develop more, little by little, by conditions. Would you like to change your habit? No matter you change, it's attachment and aversion, that's all. But no one there at all. So the point is, from birth up to now, is there any moment of understanding the truth? And what is it? Attachment, aversion, different realities. Can anyone stop having aversion? Can anyone stop having attachment? It's there already by conditions. So Buddha pointed out what is there that should be known, and it can be known only when it's there arising and falling away. Otherwise, we have so many ideas about this and that. But each moment is the reality which experiences an object, no matter attachment or aversion. It experiences the object which appears by way of its characteristic, its function. No one can stop because it has gone instantly. As soon as it has risen, it's gone. Added more and more, like or dislike of that object. Is it good? No matter it's like or dislike. Is liking good, disliking good? See, no thought about it at all day. What is there, wholesome or unwholesome? Attachment and aversion from time to time, on and on and on. Restlessly. Can anyone just like one taste for 4 days, every meal? Not at all. The more you get, the more it can be more attachment or beginning to be bored of having such object every meal. Is that right? All are conditioned by so very complex conditions from eons and eons ago up to now. See? And on and on and on and on. Who knows? Next life or next day or next year. The habits might be changed, so bored of that. For instance, When one has had the food with fish and chicken and so on, one day so much, too much, change the habit to taste the other taste and begin to like it little by little. By conditions, no one knows it beforehand at all. What would be next moment? Unknown, for sure. Who knows when it's not there yet? But when it's there, it has to be only that moment and gone. So it's just the arising and falling away of dhammas on and on and on. Never to return, never to arise again. Each moment, each life. It has to be just like you think. Liking this and not liking that. Is that true? That's the way Dhamma is. Nobody can change its nature at all. Even doubt, it cannot be changed because it's conditioned to doubt and then gone instantly. What can be done? What can be done? It's gone. But there can be a little more understanding of the truth. It's just a moment of experiencing one object at a time, and that's the world, from moment to moment. If there's no moment of experiencing anything at all, there can never be whatever appears now. No world. So the world is that which arises, it seems that it's permanent, but in truth, just arises and falls away. Before there can be the moment of understanding the truth of each reality, cannot be anything, cannot be someone or I at all. Is that true? Just live with understanding the truth little by little, better than no understanding at all of what is there now. That is what? Not anyone nor anything. Begin to have right understanding, to go on having such understanding little by little, to understand each moment in life. Moment of attachment, moment of aversion, moment of clinging. Is there clinging now? See, the object is there. Is there any clinging to that object? Depending on what degrees, by conditions. So learning to understand the truth, which is hidden, has been hidden from moment to moment, years and years ago, before right understanding can touch and begin to understand the truth. So the wrong understanding can have been less and less, little by little. Is that true? The way it is right now, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. What about if it's less attachment of that object or more attachment to that object? Is it important? Is it that which can be changed or is gone? The way it is being understood as the way it is by conditions. Understand a little more about it's a reality. It's gone. As soon as it's there, it's gone. And that can be realized too. When Panya develops enough to let go ignorance and cling to whatever is there, in a day, and more in a month, and more in a year, or more than in a life. Is that true? Otherwise, how can there be the conditions to listen again and again and again, to understand what is right and what is wrong, what is true and what is not true, what is real and what is unreal, better than no understanding of whatever is there in a moment at all, on and on and on. It's so dark, no understanding of the truth. What is there now, arising and falling away, no matter what we are talking about, hearing, seeing, thinking, liking, disliking. Again, is it true? If it's not considered, can it be true or not true?
Miss Hong, do you have any comment to Ajahn questions or any comment to anything any of us have said so far?
Thưa con rất là cảm ơn những cái sự chia sẻ của Ajahn cũng như cô Sarah và chú Jonathan. Cái điều mà con thắc mắc đó con có tự suy nghĩ nó là dính mắc, thì đúng là được cô cũng như bà chú Jonathan đã giải thích. Còn cái câu hỏi vừa rồi bà thì con chưa có bắt được, xin cho con nghe lại ạ.
Thank you very much, Ajahn, John, and Sarah. As you explained, that it's the attachment. And when I was thinking about this, I also, consider myself, and I thought it was attachment as well. But I didn't hear the last question from Ajahn, so can you or Hai repeat the question for her so that she can answer Ajahn?
Is that true? The end of what we talk about. Is that true? To understand it.
Đúng là sự thật.
Yes, it's true.
So, more confidence. Satya Barami. Each moment of understanding. Never change. So subtle, because what appears does not fall away at all. But in truth, whenever it arises, as soon as it has arisen, it falls away instantly. By way of nimitta, see, a little more of the word of truth.
And I think that just before Jan asked whether it was true, she was just talking about how, yes, it's attachment, and whether it's more or less attachment is not important. What is important is to understand that they are just different dhammas arising and falling away, not my attachment that's so great or so little. And it's just the way it is by conditions. Each dhamma, each reality, each attachment gone instantly. So as soon as it's arisen, it's gone. Otherwise, we think about the story of my attachment to this food or that food and measure it and compare it. But it's just a dhamma that's arisen and gone instantly, of no significance, no importance at all. And then she asked whether this is true.
And one further comment to make, and that is that whatever we eat, choose to eat, there'll be attachment, because it's normal to be eating things that we find tasty. We don't choose to eat things that are unpleasant, to taste. So for everyone, there's attachment. So whether one follows a particular item like we are discussing now and has it every day, or whether one changes every day, it's the same attachment. So no surprise either way. As Ajahn said, the important thing is to understand the reality of the moment.
Vâng, thực ra là cái câu hỏi này của chị Hồng có được đưa ra vào cái giờ ăn trưa của chúng con, và khi mà chị Hồng đưa ra cái câu hỏi như vậy thì một đạo hữu là chị Huê có đưa ra câu trả lời bình luận của chị là đó là nhờ có sự có trí, và mọi người có đặt câu hỏi là trí hiểu cái điều gì thì chị trả lời là hiểu là đó chỉ là vật thực nuôi thân mà thôi. Thì con cũng muốn đưa ra thêm để được nghe những lời bình luận từ Ajahn và ông bà. So actually this question from Ms. Hong was raised during the lunch we had today. And after hearing the question from Ms. Hong, one friend, Ms. Huê, in yellow shirt, she said that according to her understanding, it is because of panya. And we have asked what kind of panya is that? And she said that it is the panya which understands that food is just to sustain the body. So do you have any comment? Can't hear you, Sarah.
I think usually we justify our habits and try to find some other reason, like we say, oh, well, I just eat this way for health, not because of attachment, or I eat this way because it's convenient for my work and doing my duty or taking care of my family, or because actually if I just eat simple food or the same food, it's just sustaining the body. Or someone might say, oh, I just eat whatever I'm given. It shows that I'm just of simple needs, but actually the attachment is there. So it should be seen for what it is. So it's common. So usually as soon as there is tasting, attachment is there instantly. Even now, thinking of the food, attachment is there. So as Jonathan said, whether you just eat the same thing or different things, whether you go to the same restaurant and eat the same item every day or always want to go to a different restaurant, attachment is there. So better to know than to kid ourselves that just because we eat simple food or the same food every day that there's great panya, because I don't think it's like that. I think, like Miss Hong agrees, the attachment is there. It can be attachment to just eating simply and having the same thing, not needing to make any decisions or check the menu, just have exactly the same for an easy life. That's attachment too.
And I'd like to ask the lady who made that comment about panya, before starting to eat, was there panya? And after finishing eating, was there panya also, or just at the time of eating? And if so, how could that be?
Thì như vậy thì chắc là trước và sau đều không có trí tuệ hết.
Câu trả lời của chị là trước và sau cũng có ạ. Nếu mà câu hỏi chị cứ để chị nói.
I think, as Sarah said, we try to rationalize our behavior in terms of what we've read in the Dhamma. So we think that by reciting the recollection that the monk with developed understanding has, that this will be a condition for understanding for us also. But that's not the case at all. Understanding doesn't come by recitation of the text. It has to come from beginning at some moment and developing over time. The recollection or recitation you mention is that of a monk who has developed understanding to a high degree. And that's his attitude towards eating food. But it cannot be borrowed from the words of the text.
Chị Huệ có thắc mắc gì không?
Yeah. Theo giải thích của John thì con thấy là mình là phàm phu. Phàm phu của mình thì chắc chắn là không có trí tuệ trước và sau khi ăn, lúc nào cũng dính mắt.
She said that after your explanation, I think that as Putuchana, we don't have panya before and after eating.
So is she still saying that there is panya during eating? And if so, what would be the conditions for that panya to arise if it's not there before and after?
Dạ, trí tuệ thực sự thì chỉ có sau khi mà nghe và suy xét về pháp. Còn khi mà mình ăn như vậy á, thì mình đã dính mắc vào cái thức ăn đó rồi thì sẽ không có phát sinh trí tuệ ạ.
She said that panya arises because of hearing the Dhamma and consider about it. And when we eat, there's already attachment to what we eat, so no panya.
Rồi.
This is what Ajahn means when she talks about being true to the truth. If there's attachment, it should be known as attachment. That is being true to the truth.
Hôm nay mình cũng còn có bạn Nhung. Bạn Nhung cũng mấy khi hôm nay buổi đầu tiên tham gia có Achan. Nhung có câu hỏi để đặt ra không? Sau cái buổi pháp đàm hôm qua. Okay. So today we have a new member, Miss Moon, and she has a question. She just started to join our discussion yesterday. It was her very first day. And now she listened to what has been discussed and she has a question. I will let her speak now. Mời em.
Con xin chào Achan và hai vị. Thì con xin chào mọi người ạ. Con có câu hỏi là hồi nãy con có nghe Achan chia sẻ là tức là chúng ta phải ghi nhận cái khoảnh khắc, cái kinh nghiệm. Vậy thì cái khoảnh khắc và cái kinh nghiệm đó có phải là chúng ta phải ghi, tức là chúng ta thấy gọi là sao ta? Tức là hồi nãy liên quan đến cái câu hỏi về ăn một thức ăn ấy thì là chúng ta cần có cái khoảnh khắc và cái kinh nghiệm tại cái hiện tại đó, thì có phải ở đây chính là chúng ta ghi nhận, chúng ta cần phải ghi nhận cái khởi sinh tại cái thời điểm đó, con không biết dùng từ gì mà cái liên quan đến cái tham và cái sân của mình á, đúng không ạ? Tức là mình phải ghi nhận, mình phải có cái tâm ghi nhận cái đó. Thì con không biết câu hỏi đó đúng không?
She because it was her first time listening, when she listens, she thought that Achan said that we have to
acknowledge or note the attachment or the aversion when we are eating. So now she wonders whether she got it right or it's wrong.
I don't think Ajahn suggested we should do anything, but when understanding begins to develop, it becomes apparent there is so much attachment in the day. And the main point that Ajahn was stressing is that it's a Dhamma, a reality. It arises, it falls away. Usually we think the attachment, the kindness, the anger, the meanness, the generosity all belong to me or to someone else. But when we listen to the Buddha's teachings, we begin to understand there are just those realities which experience an object, like seeing now, hearing now, anger, patience, kindness, and those realities that don't experience anything now, such as the reality that is seen now, the sound that is heard now, the taste that is tasted now. So in truth, however hard we look, no I to be found. So there are just these different dhammas, different realities arising and falling away. So attachment is one kind of reality. It arises by conditions, such as when enjoying the food, or like now, when enjoying what is seen or heard. But it falls away immediately. It doesn't belong to you or me. It's not of any importance. So no need to do anything, no need to try and note it, no need to find it, no need to go somewhere, no need to avoid it. It arises by its conditions and then it's gone. And this is what is meant by anatta. No one there, no thing there. It doesn't belong to anyone. Is this a little new to hear about different dhammas, different realities for you?
Dạ, với con thì cái này nó không mới, nhưng mà tại vì con có nghe về cái khoảnh khắc và cái kinh nghiệm, thì con nghĩ hai cái từ này nó thể hiện cái sự ghi nhận. Chứ nếu mà chúng ta nói đến khoảnh khắc và kinh nghiệm một cách chung chung thì con đang không biết, tức là phải có một sự ghi nhận, giống như có cái thấy, có ở đây, có cái nghe ở đây, thì đó giống như theo con hiểu nó là có một cái sự ghi nhận thấy và ghi nhận nghe. Chứ còn nếu chúng ta chỉ nói về
She said that it doesn't sound totally new to her because she is a little bit familiar with the Nikaya. But when she hears such words like seeing or hearing or moments, she thinks that, or experience, she thinks that there is some kind of noting or acknowledging there. So when we talk about seeing, there has to be the noticing of the seeing.
So now at this moment, whether or not we have ever heard the Buddha's teachings, whether there is any noticing or not, are there moments of seeing now, and moments of hearing now, and moments of thinking now?
Nếu mà tức là nếu mà con không nghe thì con sẽ không.
Một người không nghe pháp chẳng hạn, không hề biết giáo pháp của Đức Phật, thì họ có biết là họ thấy và họ nghe không?
Dạ không.
Không hả?
Dạ.
Họ vẫn biết chứ.
Nếu mà không nghe thì làm sao họ thấy được?
Nhưng họ vẫn thấy và họ vẫn nghe mà.
Tại vì cô mới nói là không thấy, không nghe.
Không, họ có thấy và có nghe hay không?
Cô đặt lại câu hỏi.
Với một người không biết giáo pháp của Đức Phật thì họ có thấy và có nghe hay không?
Không biết ở đây là
không, một người hoàn toàn không biết đến giáo pháp luôn, chẳng hạn như sống ở châu Phi.
Dạ.
Họ không bao giờ được tiếp cận với giáo pháp của Đức Phật, họ có thấy và nghe không?
Làm sao họ thấy và nghe được? Dạ. Dạ không, tức là ở đây đó thì nếu mà không nói về pháp thì làm sao?
Họ có thấy và nghe không?
Tức là nghe thấy mọi vật thì có, ok. Dạ. Ở đây
Câu
tức
trả
là
lời.
phải nghe và thấy pháp của Đức Phật. Dạ. Ok. Tức là họ vẫn nghe và thấy chứ không phải là nghe và thấy giáo pháp của Đức Phật. Có hai khác nhau. Tại vì con vẫn hiểu.
Câu hỏi là có thấy và nghe hay không?
Nhưng mà ở đây là
cái hỏi cái này thì bạn cứ trả lời theo câu hỏi đi. Tại sao bạn lại?
Tại vì cái câu hỏi trước đặt lại câu hỏi giùm con đi.
Một người không hề biết đến giáo pháp của Đức Phật thì họ có thấy và nghe không?
Dạ. Tức là ở đây là không hề biết, có thể là không hề biết tất cả cái giáo pháp nào luôn. Họ vẫn có thể thấy và nghe, tại vì mình mention cái giáo pháp Đức Phật ở đây. Tức là con hiểu ở đây là một người không biết đến bất kỳ một giáo pháp nào thì họ vẫn có khả năng thấy và nghe nếu mà họ không phải là một người điếc hoặc một người mù. Đúng không?
Yes.
Dạ. Là ý con nói là nếu họ không phải là người điếc và cũng không phải người mù. Dạ. Dạ.
So we're talking about life at this very moment. Like now, we're not eating food, or most of us are not eating food, but there is seeing now. There is hearing now. So seeing arises because of conditions to see. If there was no eye sense, and no object to be seen, there would not be seeing. So seeing arises instantly by conditions, and it sees what is visible instantly. So it's not I that see or I that notes what is seen. Seeing arises, it sees what is visible and then gone instantly. And then so quickly there is attachment to what is seen, attachment to what is heard, thinking about the color, the shape, the form, the ideas of what is seen. And so quickly a story about the people in the room, the curtains in your background, the books, the picture of Ajahn, and so on. But actually it's just visible object that's seen, just sound that is heard now. But so quickly ideas about the words, the meanings, and so on. So we begin to learn about different dhammas. Seeing is a dhamma that arises by conditions and sees. What is seen is a dhamma. It doesn't experience anything. It doesn't belong to anyone. It's just a dhamma that is seen for a moment and then gone. Hearing is a dhamma now. What is heard, the sound is a dhamma. So no eye to see, no eye to hear, no eye to have attachment, no eye to make notes or to do anything. So we consider and discuss more about different kinds of realities that make up life now, to begin to understand that the self we find so very important actually is just something in our imagination. In truth, no eye to do anything, no eye to note, no eye to see, no eye to think, no eye to have attachment. And this is the core of the Buddha's teachings, the understanding of different dhammas arising by conditions and each one gone instantly. And this was why Ajahn said, whether it's a lot of attachment or a little attachment, it doesn't matter. It's all gone. It doesn't belong to you or me or anyone. Do you have any questions, or does that make a little bit of sense now?
Dạ, vậy thì cái mà dính mắc ở đây mà hồi nãy giờ mọi người chia sẻ nó có phải là cái tâm dính mắc không ạ?
The attachment that has been discussed, the chitta, which the loba chitta.
So at each moment in life, the Chitta is the chief in experiencing the object. So seeing is one chitta, hearing is another chitta, thinking is a chitta. At each moment of life, a chitta arises, experiences its object, and falls away. And the chitta must be accompanied by at least 7 cetasikas, mental factors. At a moment of seeing, there is no attachment at that moment. The seeing just sees what is visible. At a moment of hearing, no attachment yet. But after the seeing has fallen away, soon afterwards there are wholesome or unwholesome, kusala or akusala chittas which arise and experience the same object. And when those akusala chittas arise, clinging arises often, most of the day from when we wake up to when we go to sleep. Clinging is there, so common. Clinging and ignorance, very, very common. So they arise very quickly after seeing. But they're not chittas, they're cetasikas accompanying the akusala chittas, the unwholesome chittas. And now thinking about the lunch we ate and whether I had a lot of attachment or little attachment, the thinking is accompanied by attachment at all those moments of thinking about my lunch, thinking about my habits, thinking about my attachment. Clinging is there. Thinking on and on about oneself and one's habit and so on. So it's very, very common. So it's the mental factor that arises with the chitta, just like understanding is a mental factor, just like memory or concentration or feeling or kindness. These are all different mental factors that arise with different chittas at different moments, experiencing the same object as the chitta they accompany, different from the rupas, which are those realities that don't experience anything, such as the visible object or the sound. The visible object that is seen doesn't know anything, doesn't experience anything, doesn't feel anything, isn't attached to anything. It's a rupa. It cannot experience anything. And the same with the sound. The sound doesn't know it's heard. It doesn't like this or that. It's just a reality that is experienced by the hearing and then gone instantly. So we learn about those realities that can experience an object, chittas and cetasikas, and those realities that don't experience anything, rupas. And this is what life consists of, chittas, cetasikas, and rupas arising and falling away all day, every day. And we learn about them in a little more detail, for the purpose of understanding there is no self, no thing, no computer screen, no room full of people. There are just different dhammas arising and falling away at this moment. Let me pass the microphone to Ajahn because I'm sure she would like to add more and perhaps ask you further questions as well.
Are we talking about Dhamma now? See, many words, but they're all Dhamma. That's why before there can be the understanding of the nature of Dhamma as it is, it takes quite a long time because in a day, what appears does not appear as it is. It's that through little by little to understand Dhamma is not just the word, it's real, it's a reality, different ones. So we don't talk about just the word Dhamma. What is Dhamma now? Begin again and again and again to get closer and closer to its nature to be known. Because no matter we say, saying is a Dhamma, That which is seen is real and Dhamma. Whatever is real is Dhamma. These are the words that we can follow or talk about instantly. But the reality of Dhamma is not yet realized as it is. So instead of thinking about there can be, or now at moment of eating, thinking, there should be understanding, and so on. Even right now, what has to be understood closer as Dhamma? No one at all. From birth, it's I, my friend, my parents, everything around all the time. But in truth, nothing can appear together at all. Only one reality can appear. Is that right? Just consider the very subtle truth which is hidden from life to life. What is seen is taken for something, someone, all the time in life, each moment, even right now. So Dhamma is quite far away from understanding the truth that it just appear and disappear instantly. Why do we talk about the truth like now? Because it has to be known, it has to be realized, it has to be letting go from clinging to the idea of I all the time. Even saying out or not saying anything at all that it's me or it's I. But the wrong understanding takes it for I. How long in this life? And only this life is known. As soon as death is there, and the next moment is not this life anymore. New thing by conditions, new experiences by condition. That's why no matter it is seeing this life or seeing next life or the other lives, understanding of what is there begin to be firm, not to forget. Until as soon as when we heard the word seeing is a reality, it sees, it experiences the object which is there appearing. There can be understanding no matter what level, only by conditions. Sariputta heard few words and he became enlightened, see. So each moment now has to be firmly understood, not the word, but the reality, the nature, the characteristic of each reality, which is different, unexpectedly, which one can be known by conditions. Not that one which is gone, only that which is there by conditions. Who knows what would be next moment? That's why learn to understand the truth until the truth appears. Because even it's there now arising and falling away, only right understanding can discern this truth because they do not appear as they are. So learn little by little, firm confidence of the truth little by little, but it takes quite a long time to let go of the idea of something, someone, each moment now, right now. What is seen is something, not just that which can be seen. That's why this is the intellectual understanding of the truth of what is there now. That only right understanding can discern, can penetrate deep down to the moment of that which arises and falls away by way of one nimitta at a time. See, just talk about the truth Buddha taught again and again and again until all of them are not forgotten. Not I, not picture, not chair, not anything, only that which is seen or only that which is now appearing as no thing, no one at all. Until then, see, without thinking, considering again and again of the nature of each reality, it's impossible to begin to be aware of only one reality, of what are there now, many things, only one, little by little. Otherwise, how can there be moment of getting closer to understand the nature of that which is there? So very, very short, very, very quick, in split seconds. That's why no matter we talk about seeing again, hearing again, no matter what, eating, writing, doing something, going somewhere, they're all there. The world can be known only by 6 doorways. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, that's all. No understanding of any conditioned reality, only at one moment, only. See? But it doesn't matter, because no matter what life, it has to be seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking. But after this life, the next moment, after death, no more thought about what is seen, what has been done, what has been thought about in this life at all. So just live because no one lives. Only condition for reality to arise and fall away by their conditions from moment to moment, on and on and on and on and on, until now, this moment, see, and then to other moment, on and on and on. So as much as there can be, the understanding of what is there is so very precious. Otherwise, it is covered up again and again and again by ignorance and attachment, unknown, so very subtle. That's why Buddha taught about all realities in the day. The very subtle attachment, not known, like now. There is attachment to that which is seen, unknown already. And there is attachment to the seeing, unknown, because it does not appear to be known. The reality which appears is taken for a chair, and that is not true, because without that which is seen to be something by shape and form, seeing, not only one seeing, not only one dot, but many dots instantly condition the idea by shape and form as something all the time. All the time, who knows? Only when there's no condition to experience this, the seeing right now and hearing right now. It's the moment of being fast asleep. Is that true? But not end yet, because there must be a moment of waking up, seeing again this world is there again. While one is sleeping, what world are we? Nothing of this world appears at all. So we do not experience what we take for something or someone in deep sleep. But as soon as the moment of waking up, different moment, condition is there. No matter it is the sound or the smell or the visible object, by conditions, it's different from the moment of being fast asleep at all. So learn to understand all dhammas in life. It works its way. It is conditioned to be just a moment and then gone. And then gone, never to arise again. What is there in this life has to be forgotten instantly after death. So just live to understand the truth, better than live without any understanding of the truth at all. All are dhammas. No one died, no one born. Only the moment conditioned to be the first moment of life. After the Patisanticitta, the last moment of last life, previous life. See, is it true? So what does one get? Or what condition the understanding of this life? Or no condition, no understanding of what is there at all from life to life, from life to life. Restless. Is that the way it is? Live with ignorance, attachment, all kinds of akusala. Take it for I or something firmly. But in truth, it's not there at all. It's gone. All gone. Anatta. That's why no matter one heard about the truth, it will lead to firm understanding of anatta. All gone. What is there is just conditioned Dhamma. So very rapidly, just in split seconds, arising and falling away instantly, right now. Is it right now? Is it understanding of the truth? Or is it ignorance of what is there? Is it wrong to take that which is not there anymore as I now see, I now hear, I now think? Only now, very shortly, and then gone. No one. Just heard about the truth. It's so very precious to understand what is real, what is true in life. And when it can be known, little by little, not just hearing, considering, thinking, but the moment when it's there understood with awareness, the way, the moment it is there arising and falling away. Otherwise, how can there be firm understanding of the truth? Only that is heard about it as it is, but the reality is then now appearing that can be realized only by understanding, strong enough, firm enough, clear enough to understand the clearness of one reality. That is only one. Otherwise, it's not clear enough if it's not just only one. From the very beginning, with awareness of an object, one reality, little by little, to let go ignorance and attachment and wrong understanding accumulated years and years and years ago to be not able to arise anymore. No condition for its arising anymore. That's the teaching of the truth by the enlightened one who has enlightened the truth. Otherwise, no word of truth about each moment, each reality, because the idea of self is there. Because they arise and fall away so very quickly, instantly. So what appears is not as it is. It appears as something all the time, some idea about it, because the nimitta of each one. So understand the world of nimitta, the world of atta, something from life to life, before it can be appeared to right understanding of such level, the truth of it that arises and falls away in split second, just like now. But right understanding is keen enough to understand only one reality, more and more, letting go attachment and ignorance little by little until it's time to realize the truth now. So it's not just understanding moment of eating or just one situation. Whatever is at any time can be known only by the accumulated of intellectual understanding. the beginning of the first round of understanding what is meant by the Four Noble Truths. Is it true? Dhamma, Satya Dhamma, Ariya Satya Dhamma. So we talk about other realities too, to let go ignorance, no understanding of the conditions for whatever arises. No matter what we are talking about, it's the condition of one reality by different ways of conditions. Is there conditions now? If it's not known, it's something there, not by conditions. And someone might ask, how can I do? What shall I do to have less attachment or less ignorance and less mana? Without understanding, it's impossible. Because now, without understanding, it's there by conditions, ignorance, and attachment.
Thank you, Achan. Vừa rồi Achan giảng rất là chi tiết, thì không biết là em có cái câu hỏi hay là điểm gì muốn làm rõ không?
Dạ. Em cảm ơn. Thì hồi nãy em có nghe qua thì cô có nói là cần phải có cái, không biết đúng không, là cần phải có cái chánh niệm để xả ly cái dính mắc và cái vô minh. Hồi nãy trong một cái câu cô nói
Có hiểu biết. Achan thường nói nhấn mạnh đến trí tuệ.
Dạ. Rồi. Thì khi em cảm thấy là giống như này, khi trong một pháp đàm hay trong một buổi pháp thoại học ấy, thì sẽ hiểu về cái sự thật đó rất là rõ. Nhưng mà khi bước ra ngoài rồi thì giống như chúng ta bị bay mất cái sự thật đó đi. Vậy thì có cách nào để chúng ta duy trì nó không?
Okay, she said that earlier Achan said that there has to be the understanding which let go of ignorance and attachments. And when we are in a Dhamma discussion or when we listen to Dhamma talk, it seems quite clear. But as soon as we go out of the discussions, then all that knowledge is gone. So is there any way to maintain that understanding or awareness?
In truth, nothing can be maintained, nothing can last. So even now in the discussion and moments of wise consideration, wise reflection, but it doesn't last. Each moment is gone instantly, and the attachment arises again and again. Seeing arises, hearing arises, thinking with ignorance arises. So nothing is maintained. No one can maintain anything. And this is the nature of a life, that whatever arises falls away instantly. And that's why it's dukkha, unsatisfactory, because no one can make it stay, not even for 2 moments now. And as you say, so we leave and more ignorance, more forgetting. But this is daily life. Who or what minds, who or what would like to have more understanding, more awareness, attachment again, so there can be understanding anytime, because attachment is so common. Liking, disliking are so common, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, seeing, hearing. So this is where the confidence that develops with understanding is very important. Confidence not to mind what arises, confidence that no one can make anything arise. Whatever arises is by conditions, whether it's forgetfulness or kindness or understanding. So that's how it is. And that's why it's important to keep considering and discussing, so that understanding can develop a little more. because in the beginning it's not firm enough. So there needs to be a lot of considering and understanding developed.
And what you've described is a common experience for everyone. At first, it seems that it's difficult to retain anything that has been heard. It's like if one is sitting with having things in one's lap, one stands up and everything falls out of the lap. And that's what happens as far as what we've heard in the Dhamma discussion. But if there is interest in what has been heard, then there will be conditions to think about it later. We don't know when, we don't know under what circumstances, but it will happen naturally, perhaps unknowingly at first. And over time, one becomes more familiar with the discussion and the terms that are being discussed, the concepts that are being discussed, the different aspects of the Buddha's teaching. And so it is retained a little bit at a time and not so easily forgotten. And what you describe as the awareness and mindfulness that is present during the discussion, well, it may or may not be awareness and mindfulness. It's certainly a little bit different from our everyday life because there is close paying of attention to what is being said. And that can be a condition for some level of awareness, perhaps. It doesn't matter. The fact is that if there is the interest in the subject matter, then the understanding, the awareness, and eventually understanding will develop over time. But it has to be heard repeatedly. It's not enough to hear it once for reasons you've said. And so that's the value of having the chance to meet and discuss on occasions like this. And I'll pass to Ajahn for her comments. Thank you.
Now, one more word, attention. Is it real? Attention? In a day, no doubt, right? But when we talk about the reality which attend, it is real. It's only that which attend, seeing, experience the object, which impinge on the ibis, clearer than the other mental factor which arises together. So, what are there together? At least 10 kinds of reality, which we use the word mental factor, cetasika. That's right. Without the teachings about the truth, no one knows what is what at all. Even in a day, we use the term attention, attending. But what is it? It's not just a word. And who knows, it arises each moment with each citta. Who knows? The function of the reality which attend to the object, to the characteristic of object. Otherwise, how can it be known? Or how can citta experience the object clearly? Because there is attention arises with each moment of experience as an object. But what is there unknown until it's known, little by little, from hearing, considering about what is there cannot be taken for life. There are many, many realities condition each other to perform the function to be there. That's why the teaching is about the subtle moment, subtle reality, unknown, until it's there in daily life. Please, attention, attention, please. Who does not know the meaning of it? But the reality of it is more subtle. It arises with each citta. Citta is the chief of experiencing, and there are mental factors arises together at least 7 kinds of cetasika. Nothing is known until it appears in daily life, like feeling. See, if citta does not arise, experience the object, how can feeling feel toward that object? Pleasantly or unpleasantly, mentally or bodily. See, it's there in life unknown that it cannot be anything or anyone at all. Learn to understand it when it's there. For example, painful feeling. It's real, it feels, but who knows? Feeling arises with each citta, depending on the conditions, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, bodily or mentally. No one can make it arise, but it's there by conditions. Learn to understand a little more of that which usually is taken for me or mine or something, to know that actually it cannot be taken for anything because it's not there anymore. Is that true? Little by little to be truthful to the truth, that cannot be taken for I or anything because it's not there anymore. It arises and falls away so very quickly, succeedingly, all day unknown, even now. That's why I understand the teaching is so amazing, beyond any miracles, because nothing can let go of the ignorance and attachment, but the understanding, the truth, letting go of that which has been accumulated years and years ago, to begin to understand what is there is now, and begin to understand what is there, not just one reality, but only one reality can be the object of experiencing, can appear only one at a time. So at moment when there's the word attention, please, everyone knows. But now the attention is a reality. Otherwise, who knows? Attention, please. But since it's there, unknown, as it's only a reality, take it for I will attend to that which appears. So attend or manasikara in Pali term, mana is attention, citta, and attention, that reality which arises with citta, it attains to the object. So citta experiences the object clearly because citta is the chief of experiencing. So now, when we heard the word attention, it's only that which we used to take it, but it's a reality which has that characteristic which arises to perform the function of attending to the object which is there. See, Buddha thought about the truth of one moment. What are there? Is attention a reality? Because otherwise, if it's not real, what about attention, please? How come? To realize the attention, but it arises with each citta, experiences each object, attend to each object by its nature. Even one moment has to have conditions as 7 cetasikas at least. So no matter in life what is there, we use the term that we don't know, that it is a reality. Even attention is a reality. So we learn to understand the truth at any time, any word about it, no selection, because it's there all the time, that it can be known. Other reality, not only citta and manasikara cetasika, attention, or vedana cetasika, feeling, and so on, little by little, on and on and on, before the idea of self can be gradually letting go at level of intellectual understanding. See, from ignorance so enormous to be a moment of understanding, so very little by little, not much in a day, before the reality, which is ignorance, attachment, which covers up the truth, be less and less and less, so very little at a time. So it is patient parami. See? So we don't just talk about the parami, but we understand the moment it's there in daily life too. The food is so delicious, only one, and there are not just one, but you like that one so much. Can you stop reaching for it? See, even that is conditioned. That's why learning about the truth is the only way to gradually understand what is there taken from me, from life to life, and it's now known little by little that it cannot be anyone or anything at all. So we have more cetasika, which appears when it's there, or even it does not appear, it's there, like sanya cetasika, memory. No matter what we say, it is a reality. Not anyone, little by little, closer and closer to this moment.
Dạ. Em thấy rõ ràng. Ờ, tiếp thêm câu nữa được không chị? Dạ, thì hồi nãy Achan có nói là chúng ta phải hướng tâm đến cái thực tại để xả ly cái vô ngã, cái vô minh. Vậy phải chăng là chúng ta cần phải ghi nhận cái tâm? Dạ, hồi nãy cô ghi dịch hướng tâm đến thực tại để dạ, hướng tâm đến thực tại để xả ly cái vô ngã. Dạ, vậy thì chúng ta xả ly vô ngã hay vô minh vô ngã luôn, có cả hai. Hồi nãy em có nghe thì không biết là chị dịch. Dạ, rồi vậy thì vô minh. Ok. Vậy thì mình có phải ghi nhận, dạ có phải ghi nhận không?
She still has the question whether we have to note anything that is experienced.
Cái hướng tâm ở đây có phải hiểu là note không?
When she
Noting.
mentioned about attention, does that mean noting?
Noting is not the same as awareness, because noting is a deliberate practice of a kind, whereas awareness is something that arises by conditions, not by virtue of wanting to be aware. So what Ajahn has been talking about is naturally occurring awareness. Paying attention is not the same as noting and not the same as awareness either. Paying attention is not something that is done as a matter of practice. It's just a normal aspect of our mental states that happens from time to time. If the subject matter is interesting, we pay attention. We can direct our attention here and there, but that is not going to be the same as awareness, because awareness is not something that is directed. It happens by conditions. The object of the awareness is not an object of our choosing. It also happens by conditions. So awareness is not something that arises because there is attention being paid to a particular doorway or idea of reality. Is that clearer?
We can add that attention, manasikara in Pali, is a cetasika that arises with every citta, so at every moment now, kusala or akusala result like seeing or hearing, manasikara is there arising together with the citta, attending to the object. No one to attend, just as there is no one to note. As soon as there's the idea of noting what is present, the seeing or the hearing has long since gone. And as we discussed, in truth, no one to do anything. So no one to note, no one to be aware, no one to attend, because there are just different dhammas arising by conditions and falling away. So when there is the idea of I doing something to be aware, like I focusing on an object or I noting what is present, this is the opposite of the understanding of dhammas as anatta. This is the practice of atta. So the Buddha taught about the right eightfold path and the wrong eightfold path. The right eightfold path begins with right understanding, which arises by conditions and understands what appears and is gone. The wrong eightfold path begins with wrong understanding, the idea of I doing this or that, following a practice, noting, focusing, concentrating, and so on. So understanding of dhammas is the letting go of the idea of I doing anything, because it is the understanding that whatever citta, cetasika, or rupa arises now, arises by conditions, not by I noting, doing anything, trying to make it occur. Does this make some sense to you? When we're used to a practice such as a practice of noting, or a practice of focusing, then just like the habit of enjoying a particular kind of food, the attachment to that practice becomes strongly ingrained, not easy to let go. And it's only by understanding dhammas that gradually the practice of I noting, I focusing, I going to a quiet place gradually falls away. The baggage of I. Just have a couple of minutes, so let's see if Ajahn has anything she would like to add to.
Usually in a day when there's no understanding of the truth as not self, you use the word what they are used to, heard from birth on and on, the meaning that we understand. But when we learn about Dhamma, it's more subtle than that. Not just one word covers up the nature, the function, the difference between each reality, because the reality is so very subtle. That's why the word we use in daily life cannot present the reality, the function, the characteristic of it. For example, while one is reading, for example, Is there any attending to the letter that is different, A and B and C and D? Is there any attention? Is there with each moment attending to any object which is their experience? That's why they have the word similar or quite, we can say close, but actually it's different. For example, awareness and attention. See, that's why we use the term we are used to talk from birth. It seems like we understand the word we use in daily life, but when we come to understand the nature of the reality, we cannot have another word. We use the same word that we used to think about, but it's not clear. It's not the same meaning at all. For example, awareness is wholesome, but attention can be any moment attending to the object, unwisely or wisely, understanding or misunderstanding or ignorant. That's why we use the Pali term. For example, manasikara is a cetasika which arises with citta. If citta does not arise, experience the object, how can it attend to that object? But wisely or unwisely, not understand the truth, take it for something instantly by conditions, the accumulation of wrong understanding from life to life. That's why when we learn Dhamma, we use the word, each different word. For example, awareness is different from attending or attention, because awareness has to be the reality which is aware, not forget what is there as it has been learned. Begin to understand, to be aware of the nature of seeing, or of that which is seen, attending to sound or the hearing. Otherwise, how can there be the understanding of the difference between the two? And when there's no understanding at all, use the word that we used to say from birth, awareness, to be aware of this and that. It is not the reality, the cetasika, which Buddha used that word, awareness. To be aware begins when there is the understanding of what is meant by awareness. Not forget. Awareness, not forget about giving, not forget about understanding, not forget about sila, not forget about whatever is there wholesome. But at any moment of akusala, manasikara is there because it arises with each citta, no matter it is kusala or akusala or vipaka or kriya. It's the cetasika which arises with each citta, but awareness arises with each wholesome citta, no matter it is kusala or vipaka or kriya. That's why it's so very complex. No one can know the difference by oneself at all. That's why listen carefully to the word in Pali and understand the meaning in Pali about the reality which it represents. For example, attending now, unknown, each cetasika performs its function together with citta. Nothing can be known without any understanding. What is it? That's why citta is not cetasika, and manasikara cetasika is not sati, awareness cetasika, and so on. Learn little by little, one reality, one word at a time, because there are so many different levels, different words for different levels of only one reality. That's why we talk about one reality only at a time, to have more understanding, to have firm confidence of each reality, which is different. And the time is out again. สวัสดีค่ะ
Sawasdee ka.